All right, week 8 miscellaneous training day. I have been filming less and less from my workouts, especially when I'm in a crowded gym setting. I just don't like being that guy. And this is definitely one of those days. I did not film several of my exercises, but I did film the low rows. These are a little bit heavier than the week prior. I was feeling real strong. I have put on a little bit of weight, and it's just going to make the cut a little bit harder, but that's okay. We're just going to work with what we got when we show up there. I would rather have a bigger weight cut and show up healthy and strong than show up extremely depleted and potentially not recovered enough to perform the lift that I want in the first place. So I started out with some low rows, went onto some pull downs, did a little bit of pullover work, which I'm bummed I did not film because I like to use these handle extensions on the pulley that are, they really generate a deep range of motion for a pullover, and I think that it is a unique stimulus that I'll have to film sometime so I can share it with you guys. But here we have some curls, working with the 50s. The left arm is definitely giving out a little bit earlier right there. You can see really struggling, my elbow coming forward. And then we have, so that was alternating bicep curl, and these are alternating hammer curl. And I get a little bit of a close-up on the bicep that was torn. You can see that the attachment, or the scar tissue is healing up nicely. I just figured I'd show it. I think it's kind of cool. It's very interesting. But that's pretty close to everything today. 2 kind of more rehab bicep movements, 3 movements for the upper back, and I also did some rotator cuff stuff that I did not film. Just a busy gym. So, yeah, rubbing the tissue a little bit. You can see how it is definitely scar tissue. Yeah, we got 1 week left of training. At the point at which you are seeing this, there is less than 1 week because I will be getting ready. I'll already be in the process of resting and recovering for the attempt on the 22nd. So thank you guys for following this journey. It's been very interesting. It's been really nice to be able to lift heavy again and take my training rather seriously. I think it's wise to stick to some of the original principles that I've kind of outlined in the Basics of Strongman and the Strongman Theory course, but battling my left knee through this whole training cycle has been very interesting. It's been rather frustrating, and it's made me think on my feet a bit, but also it highlights that even if you are extremely talented, extremely experienced, you can fall victim to some of the simplest mistakes, like not resting enough. And one way to mitigate that is to take some time off between training cycles, which is something that I didn't really have the opportunity to do for this whole thing because I was invited with about 9 weeks of notice, or in the end I was invited, needed to accept within 24 hours, and then I had 9 weeks of training and then 1 week off, and then needed to lift, so it was 10 weeks out really. And so I started training the next day, and that was week 1. So sometimes you just gotta go for it, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm swinging for the fence, and there will be another week of this, but in real time, I just wanted to send a shout out to everybody who has seen this whole series. I think it was important to me to document it. I think this kind of content is valuable for people who are interested in getting into the sport and interested in seeing what it takes to improve and work towards your goals. So thank you so much for following the series, and thank you for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys next week, but I will also hopefully catch you on ESPN. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one.